Manchester United have beaten Aston Villa 3-2, coming from 2-0 down at half time. We looked dead and buried at half time. I don't think, besides Pat Evra, I don't think anyone really gave Manchester United hope that we would come back and score 3 goals in that second half and somehow get a victory in this difficult looking fixture. Villa haven't played at their best this evening, but who gives a fuck in this one? Manchester United really did need the 3 points in this game. It was absolutely vital. I mean, we won't fucking do much this season anyway, but I still don't want Manchester United to lose. It does just paper over the cracks for Erik ten Hag, because unless he goes on a massive run and wins a lot of football matches, he's going to still be under massive scrutiny. At half time, it looked like every single fan was wanting the manager gone at full time. It really did, because of how Manchester United were 2 goals down in that first half. Everyone complaining about the set piece and what's going on with Manchester United set pieces. Yes, goalkeeper should have done better first and whatnot, but Manchester United have somehow got themselves back into this game. And we've seen Eriksen come back into the starting lineup this evening. He hasn't played for a while, so we've gone with that midfield. We've dropped Scott McTominay and we've gone with Eriksen, Mainu and Fernandes in midfield. We've obviously had Holjund up front, but Rashford's come back in and gone on the left, and Garnacho gone on the right, which was interesting. Varane coming in back in at centre back. There was no Luke Shaw, who's becoming an absolute liability for Manchester United in terms of his availability. I mean, the amount of years he's been at this club as it is, to be honest, in the summer I would personally move him on, because he's never fucking fit and just no use or ornament if you're only playing a few games and never fucking fit. Move him on. But Diogo Dalot and Wan-Bissaka are obviously not the future fullbacks for Manchester United. We do know that, but they were starting again, and Evans isn't the future centre-back. We do know there is problems definitely in and amongst that squad. 6 or 7 of them players shouldn't be starting for Manchester United. We do know that. But there was a response. I mean, if there was any sort of feeling amongst these players that they don't want Erik ten Hag to get sacked, then some of them have pulled their socks up. In that second half, we got an early goal back, which was ruled offside through Garnacho, assisted by Rashford, who was better this evening. Then he did get a goal, assisted by Rashford, and managed to tap it in the net. Then he got a second goal onto a loose ball later in the half to make it 2-2, and I thought maybe we could get a draw out of it. I wasn't too sure if Manchester United would get a draw out of it, or if Villa would go up the other end, as we've seen certainly in the Champions League a lot, where we've got a goal or a couple of goals and then we've fucking fallen into our shell, and the other side have gone on quickly up the other end and scored a goal or 2. But we held on for a while, and Rasmus Højlund got himself a goal late on in the game. Finally scored a Premier League goal at Old Trafford. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's been so long overdue for him. I mean, is he going to go on and get a lot of goals now? I don't know, but he needs to be that man to get the goals. We've been so goal shy this season. And tonight, obviously, Garnacho stepped up to the plate. First time he scored 2 goals, probably his best game for Manchester United this season on that right-hand side. And I have been critical of Garnacho. His input hasn't been great this season, in my opinion. I know he scored some good goals this season. The Champions League goal and the goal the previous game against Everton were great goals, but his overall performances haven't been up to scratch. But that is where he's got to improve. Obviously, his goal scoring, he's got to improve his goal scoring if he is to become a regular player for Manchester United, because as a Manchester United wide player, you need to be hitting at least 10-15 goals a season, and at least 10 or maybe 15 assists a season if you want to stay in the team long term. And Anthony isn't doing anything. Rashford, apart from today, hasn't done anything for weeks, so he has been our most productive wide man lately, which doesn't say a lot for the Manchester United forwards, because we've been toothless apart from today. But 2 goals, is that the kickstart of the Garnacho era for Manchester United? Is that game where you just feel he's turned up? I remember Cristiano Ronaldo getting 2 against Arsenal years back in a really difficult game. I think it was at Highbury, where we won 4-2. For me, that was a bit of a turning point in Cristiano Ronaldo's career for me. And then there was that season where he just went on and got something like 17 league goals, Player of the Year. Manchester United finally won the title back after about 3 years absence. is this going to be that turning point for Garnacho, where he goes on and becomes a decent, goes from being an okay player, maybe an average squad or decent player, to being that player that Manchester United can rely on? Can he become that world-class player? I mean, he's got the potential to be a world-class player for Manchester United, but so many players we've seen over the years come through academies, Manchester United Academy, other academies, and you thought they're going to be world-class, and they've just not lived up to the heights that you expect. And we've seen that with Manchester United. A number of players have done that. We've seen that with the Langers left. We've seen that with Danny Welbeck's left. I mean, these players may not have been highly rated as highly as Garnacho, but they've moved on to pastures new. We've seen the likes of Makeda, James Wilson. Them two have been rated quite highly, and they've moved on. You've got to kick on, and it's time for him to kick on now and produce a bit better. I know the team isn't playing well. We do know that, and it is difficult for him as a young player. And he's got to end up taking the mantle on himself. But that is now, I think, 3 league goals, 5 goals in all competitions for Garnacho. If he can hit 10 goals this season, that would be a decent return for a 19-year-old. And then it's about kicking on, because Manchester United need them types of players. We spent 80 odd million on Anthony. He's been horseshit. So now we are reliant on young talent coming through the academy to fucking make up for that, because we can't go out and spend another 80 million on another winger. Dendoncker come on at the end. Kambalia, I can't even pronounce his name, Kambalia, or however you pronounce his name, come on as well, centre back who obviously started the previous game, so he come on late on as well, and Hannibal Medbury come on late on as well. So, but that was just to sort of kill the game off, I think, in them bits of injury time and whatnot. There was 9-10 minutes injury time, but there was a lot of youngsters on the pitch at times in this game today, academy players. So it's nice to see from Manchester United that we've given academy players the opportunity now. I know a lot of it's been down to obviously Mainu getting a number of minutes. A lot of it's been down to the fact that there has been injuries, because if the likes of Casemiro and Eriksen have been fit, Mainu wouldn't have got any time. Willie wouldn't have got any time at centre back either. Kambuala, he wouldn't have got any time at centre back. But that is a good opportunity for them to take their chance and to stake a claim in the first team, to be honest, and keep them players out when they're back fit. And we've won the game this evening. We move on to Forest away next game, and I think after that, I'm not sure if it's Wigan in the cup, I'm not sure, but we just got to keep moving forward, and hopefully at some point get on a run and start winning some fucking games of football. Because although I think this manager is not going to continue at Manchester United long term, I still want Manchester United to win, and I would personally much prefer to be wrong. I would much prefer Erik ten Hag to turn this sailing ship around. Prove me wrong. I would much sooner that. I don't want us to have to sack Erik ten Hag. It's just that it's got to the stage where I think it's untenable for Erik ten Hag. But we have beaten a decent side tonight. These have been in good form. They haven't lost for a while. They've won a lot of games. Even though there were home games against Man City and Arsenal, they still did beat them 2 teams. So there is credit there that Manchester United have turned this around in that second half. Erik ten Hag has managed to get a tune out of these players in that second half. So there's still credit there to Erik ten Hag. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.